Welcome back, guys. I am True Racer, and this is the True Racer Report, where I give you all of my pointless thoughts and opinions on all the motorsports happening today. So let's jump right into it, because there was a bunch of jackassery this week, and we'll take a look at last week, since I missed last week due to things. First and foremost, Formula One. What's bigger news? The Max Verstappen win or the Mercedes 1-2 wreck? I'm definitely more excited for the good news of Max Verstappen being that this is his first ever win. That's definitely awesome for him. Definitely stoked for him. He is the youngest winner, and he's also the first Dutch. And I could be wrong with this, but I think he's the first avid sim racer to be a Formula One winner. I could be wrong with that. Maybe somebody else will check those stats, but I don't know. That's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking that. But it was definitely cool to see him up there with Kimi Räikkönen and Sebastian Vettel and both the other Ferraris. It was cool. It was kind of weird to see Vettel because he was the prodigy before, but now he's almost looking back at Max, who's now him 10 years ago or so. But it's definitely congratulations for Max. Stoked to see his career develop. But let's get to the other elephant in the room, and that is down here at the bottom. That is right. Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton got into each other violently-ish in the first lap, about turn 4, coming out of the big sweeper. I know everybody else is batting heads on who's who and whose fault it was and why they did this. And one thing I cannot stand is when people try to put black and white lines into kind of a grayscale kind of situation in motorsports. It's racing. Shit happens. This specific incident, I don't think there was any more fault to blame than anybody else. It definitely falls under the racing, like a racing incident for me. It was definitely. If you guys missed it, I know I'm not going to show it here because Formula One likes to shaft me, but I'm sure you've seen it elsewhere. If not, go find it elsewhere. But my opinions on this on it was Hamilton had a much better run out of the corner, and I think they also said that Rosberg was in the wrong mode and he didn't have the great amount of power to come out of it. Either or, Hamilton had a great run out of the corner with a really good, really fast closing speed on it. He goes to the inside of Rosberg, but Rosberg goes to defend. And it was just two people fighting for the same piece of track, and it was too late to do anything about it. Rosberg turned over. He can't watch his rearview mirror the entire time. I don't think he purposely threw him off. I think he committed to going fully to the inside, as well as Hamilton committing to go full inside, and then there definitely was not enough room for both of them to be there. So Hammy went wide, got into the grass, spun into Rosberg, and that's it for both of them. Long story short, Max drove a great race and brought home the W. It was a very close battle too. It was almost a Ferrari win, and it was definitely almost 2 Red Bulls on the podium, but Ricciardo suffered a late race puncture, but still somehow brought it home in 4th, which is a great display of car control. But nevertheless, let's see where these guys are at so far in the championship. It is still obviously Nico Rosberg still has a solid lead over the championship, but Kimi Räikkönen is now in 2nd, and still pretty far away than Lewis, Sebastian, and unfortunately Max is still all the way down here in 6th because he hasn't had a very strong beginning of the season as far as points are concerned. But I don't know. Maybe this is a good sign for Red Bull, because a lot of the teams come with big upgrades when racing hits Europe. So maybe this is a sign of good things to come for Red Bull. Hopefully they can keep up the pace with Ferrari and maybe even start touching the Mercedes, or maybe the Mercedes will keep touching each other and they can really develop and hopefully have a good championship fight till all the way to the end. That's what we're all hoping for here today. Other than that, basically the Williams, Kvyat still up there a little bit. Grosjean, I don't know. I missed what happened to Grosjean. He had like a late race malfunction with his car. Unfortunate for him. And that's the rest of the show. Now over to IndyCar, there was they had the Indianapolis 5. No, the Indianapolis Grand Prix, which is at Indianapolis, but the road course of it. Of course, definitely was a fun, interesting race. Indianapolis, they had a little mid-race caution with due to some sponsorship malfunctions on the banner wall, which definitely mixed things up, brought everybody back together, and luckily Helio Castroneves and Connor Daly were able to jump the field because they pit right before the yellow. Unfortunately, Connor Daly was not able to win. He was definitely leading late in the race. I was hoping he could come away and get a rookie win, but he wasn't able to do it. He had a good last pit, but he just didn't have the pace coming after the last pit. And Simon Pagenaud came away with the third win in the row of the season. He is just on a tear. He has also won, and he's podiumed the other two races. So he's podiumed every race and got third in the last three races. So for anybody to beat Simon, it's gonna be a long, hard battle because he's almost has a full 100 points cleared on the entire field. So definitely, he's gonna be hard to beat. Hopefully, we can catch some more of the good rookies. Where are the other rookies at this season? Rossi got 10th. Spencer, I wish Spencer was running a full season this year in IndyCar, but unfortunately, money pays for the seats, not skill as much. Matt Brabham, cool to see him there. And that's it so far in that neck of the woods. Now, MotoGP. This was one of the last week races that I didn't cover because I was doing other things. But that was a very, very fun race to watch. They were at what was it? The Bugatti circuit or Le Mans, whatever. There's a bunch of different names for it, or the France or French Grand Prix, and it was just nothing but a carnage fest. I mean, look, there's almost more people that have wrecked out down here than actually finished the race. Almost, not quite, but there's 8 down here, and Marquez almost he wrecked out too, but he was able to pick his bike back up and pick up a couple more points. But it was just one after another. Nobody really even had contact. It was just everybody was taking each other out. And it was actually a really funny incident between Marquez and I want to say Andre Dovizioso. I think I got it right that time. It was either him or the other guy. They went down in unison. I don't have that clip right now. I'll maybe I'll link to it in the description. But it was definitely funny. They went down at the same exact time. It was quite peculiar to watch. Also, Crutchlow, he wrecked out again, so he is a solid 4 out of 5 this year and wrecking out of races. So it's going to be hard to see if he even has a ride at the end of the season if he keeps this up. But nevertheless, Lorenzo won the last race. Rossi got second, and the MotoGP Championship is actually really starting to heat up with Lorenzo, Marquez, and Rossi all really close in the points, and they are going to start fighting. I mean, they're fighting out every week, and really close battles, and it's definitely building up to be a tight championship run all the way to the finish. I'm definitely stoked about that. But that's gonna wrap it up for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. This True Racer Report was a little different, a little short on time, and I'm a little day late, so figured we kind of just skim through it. If you like this version a little bit better, let me know. Otherwise, let me know what you guys think. If you think there's a actual fault to blame on the Mercedes incident, or if you're with me, it's more or less just like a racing incident. But nevertheless, guys, good to be back. Thanks for watching. Like it if you like it, and make sure to subscribe because we try and do this every week. Take care, guys. Stay true and race on.